It started with a simple post, a blurry photo, a quick caption, and within minutes the internet was buzzing again. Fans who thought the day would be quiet suddenly found themselves staring at their screens in disbelief. Two familiar figures were walking side by side near what appeared to be a fitness center. The outfits were casual, the moment looked ordinary, but the reaction online was anything but ordinary. The caption that spread across fan communities almost instantly said it all. Gym date? Jimin and Jungkook caught working out together and fans are losing it. At first, many people thought it might just be another rumor. After all, when you're talking about two of the most beloved members of BTS, Jimin and Jungkook, the internet tends to explode even over the smallest hints. But as more fans looked closer at the images and short clips circulating online, something about the moment felt genuine. The lighting, the setting, the relaxed body language. It didn't look staged. It looked like two friends casually heading to the gym. And yet, why did this small moment cause such a massive reaction? For many fans of BTS, the bond between Jimin and Jungkook, often affectionately referred to by fans as Jikook, has always been one of the most fascinating dynamics in the group. From their early trainee days to their global superstardom, the two have shared countless moments that fans still talk about today. Playful teasing, quiet, supportive gestures, late-night conversations captured on camera during tours. Those little glimpses have built a narrative that many fans feel emotionally connected to. So when the possibility of a casual gym outing appeared online, people didn't just see two idols exercising. They saw another piece of a story they have been following for years. But let's pause for a moment. Why would a simple workout session attract so much attention? Isn't going to the gym something completely normal? That question is actually part of what makes the situation so interesting. For global celebrities, especially artists who live under constant public attention, everyday activities can suddenly become major talking points. Imagine trying to do something as routine as going to the gym while millions of people around the world are curious about every detail of your life. Every movement gets analyzed, every interaction gets discussed. In the case of Jimin and Jungkook, fans have long admired how close they seem despite the intense schedules and pressures of fame. Over the years, the two have spoken openly about how they motivate each other, challenge each other, and sometimes compete in playful ways. Think back to earlier interviews. Jungkook once mentioned how he admires Jimin's dedication when it comes to practicing and improving himself. Jimin, on the other hand, has often joked that Jungkook is someone who pushes everyone around him to work harder without even trying. So when fans saw the two potentially heading to the gym together, many people immediately imagined the scenario. Were they training together? Was it a friendly competition? Or maybe just a relaxing workout session between two close friends who understand each other better than most people do? What made the moment even more intriguing was the relaxed atmosphere captured in the photos. There was no stage lighting, no performance outfits, no microphones, just casual clothes, comfortable energy, and the kind of environment where people can simply be themselves. And perhaps that's what fans found so heartwarming, because behind the global fame, behind the millions of albums sold and stadiums filled with screaming audiences, there are still human beings who need time to breathe, move, and recharge. Fitness has actually been an important part of life for many members of BTS. Intense choreography, long tours, and demanding performance schedules require a level of physical conditioning that many people underestimate. Hours of dance rehearsals, stage performances that last for hours, and travel across multiple time zones can take a serious toll on the body. That's why gyms often become a safe space for artists. It's a place where they can focus on themselves for a while. No cameras, no interviews, just movement and discipline. Jungkook, in particular, has developed a reputation among fans for his dedication to physical training. Over the years, he has shared glimpses of his workout routines, and many fans admire his commitment to staying healthy and strong. Jimin, meanwhile, is known for combining strength with flexibility, something that shows clearly in his dance style. When you think about it, the idea of the two working out together actually makes a lot of sense. But fans didn't just talk about fitness. The internet being the internet, the conversation quickly expanded into speculation, jokes, and emotional reactions. Some fans posted memes. Others wrote long threads analyzing the photos. A few simply said they felt happy seeing their favorite artists spending time together. And then there were the fans who asked the question that always appears in moments like this. Was it really a gym date? Of course, the phrase gym date is often used playfully online. It doesn't necessarily mean anything romantic. In many cases, it simply describes two people choosing to spend time together while exercising. But the wording itself adds a layer of excitement that makes headlines spread faster. Social media thrives on curiosity. When people see a title that makes them pause, they want to know more, and this moment definitely made people pause. Interestingly, moments like this also remind us how deeply connected the BTS fandom has become over the years. Known globally as ARMY, the fan community is famous for its ability to analyze even the smallest details with incredible enthusiasm. A photo appears. Within minutes, fans identify the location. Someone recognizes the brand of sneakers. Another fan points out the gym equipment in the background. Soon, an entire story begins to form. But while speculation can be entertaining, many fans also remind each other about something important: respecting privacy. After all, artists deserve personal space just like anyone else. The healthiest approach, many people say, is simply appreciating the positive energy of the moment without trying to dig too deeply into personal details. And when you look at the reaction from that perspective, the viral moment becomes less about gossip and more about appreciation. Fans were happy. Happy to see their favorite artists looking relaxed, happy to imagine them supporting each other in everyday life, happy to feel connected, even if only through a brief glimpse. In fact, one of the reasons BTS became such a global phenomenon is because the members often show genuine friendship and emotional support to one another. That authenticity has always resonated with audiences around the world. When people watch their content, they don't just see performers, they see friendships. And friendships are something everyone understands. So maybe that's why the gym date moment captured so much attention. It wasn't dramatic, it wasn't controversial, it was simply relatable. Two people going to the gym together, something millions of people do every day. Yet when those two people happen to be Jimin and Jungkook, the internet reacts a little differently. Another interesting angle to consider is how these moments strengthen fan engagement. Every small story creates new conversations. Fans share theories, memories, and personal experiences. Someone might comment, "This reminds me of when they trained together during the tour." Another fan might say, "Their friendship is so inspiring." And suddenly, thousands of people from different countries are connected through a shared discussion. That sense of community is powerful. It's one of the reasons the BTS fandom remains so active even during periods when the group isn't constantly releasing new music, because the story of BTS isn't just about songs, it's about relationships, growth, and moments that feel authentic. Of course, we should also acknowledge something important. Not everything we see online tells the full story. A few photos or seconds of video can capture a moment, but they don't necessarily reveal everything happening behind the scenes. Maybe Jimin and Jungkook simply decided to work out together after a busy schedule. Maybe they were meeting other friends. Maybe it was just a quick stop before heading somewhere else. And honestly, that's okay. Sometimes the beauty of a moment lies in its simplicity. Two artists who have spent years supporting each other continue to share everyday experiences. That alone can be meaningful enough for fans. As the photos continued circulating online, more fans began sharing their thoughts. Some joked that if they ever went to the gym, they would now imagine Jimin and Jungkook walking in. Others admitted that the moment motivated them to exercise. It sounds funny, but this kind of influence is actually quite common. When public figures talk about fitness, mental health, or self-improvement, their fans often feel inspired to adopt similar habits. In that sense, even a casual gym outing can have a positive ripple effect. And perhaps that's another reason why the story spread so quickly. Because people didn't just see two celebrities. They saw motivation. They saw friendship. They saw a reminder that staying active and supporting each other matters. But now, let's ask a bigger question. Why do moments involving Jimin and Jungkook often capture so much attention compared to other celebrity interactions? Part of the answer may lie in their personalities. Jimin is often described as warm, thoughtful, and deeply attentive to the people around him. Jungkook, meanwhile, carries a mix of playful energy and quiet determination. When those personalities interact, the dynamic becomes naturally engaging. Fans have watched that dynamic evolve for more than a decade, from teenagers chasing a dream to global superstardom performing on the world's biggest stages. So every new moment feels like another chapter in a long story, and people love stories, especially stories that involve growth, loyalty, and friendship. As the conversation around the Jim sighting continued, some fans pointed out something interesting. These small, everyday glimpses can sometimes feel more meaningful than huge public events. Concerts are incredible, award shows are exciting, but seeing artists in ordinary situations can feel more personal. It reminds fans that the people they admire are still living normal moments between all the fame and performances, like walking to the gym, laughing with a friend, sharing a simple routine. And perhaps that's why the internet couldn't stop talking about it, because sometimes the smallest stories are the ones that resonate the most. So what do you think? Was this simply two friends working out together? Or